Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is KP. And first of all, let me mention this flu. That flu that's going around is horrible. I don't know if it's been through y'all's house like it did, but it came through ours and it touched everybody. So I encourage y'all just to stay safe out there and be careful. Wash your hands and just, try to keep everything clean and sanitized, but be careful. Okay, so as far as these tips, I had to come back with more tips just to continue helping you get prepared for that tax refund. Just to go over, I look back over my videos and the information, a few things that I wanted to mention, just to make sure that you have the right understanding of it. And then also, I have some new savings challenges. I have new savings challenges that I added to my Etsy shop and others that I'm adding about to add um, that we'll talk about too. New savings challenges, upside down. Um, got some new stuff going on here we're going to talk about. Uh, but anyway, okay, so I have a series on YouTube. It's a whole series. How my plan on how to get ahead in 2024 is just the basics on how to get started, writing a budget. I did a budget plan for the month of February for everybody, everybody who get paid weekly, bi-weekly. If it's the alternating weeks, I did an option for everybody, so you can get an idea. So go back and start from the beginning and watch that series so you'll have an understanding of all this that I'm talking about. But as far as that tax refund budget, that right there is coming up close. I hope y'all got them budgets written out because that's our next step. So, but I wanted to talk to y'all about this first because y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because everything I do, it comes from my heart. It comes from love. I mean, I'm just that's just the truth. So I have to say this part just to be honest. In the first video, I was talking about mindset. The most important thing is getting your mindset right. Um, I can't speak for everyone, but I can say that in our community, there's a running joke. Every year, there's a running joke that goes around where we spend money on cars, we spend money on TVs, give it to your man to flip. Like it's a running joke, but that's a toxic mindset joke. You really don't hear other people joking, other people joking about things like that because it's not funny. It's not really a laughing matter. What helped shift my mindset was being broke and stressed and struggling. And, I was like, I'm getting these tax refunds every year. What can I do with it? Like, people flip their money all the time. What can I do to flip mine? I was just so like, I don't want this money to just disappear. I want to do something with it. Like, I want to use it to invest. But I didn't know what to do. So I just started researching, learning, and that's how I found this cash envelope system. Um, that's really been a blessing to me. It's many ways that people can go, but this right here is the only way that has that I've found that's been able to help me. But y'all, I can't stress enough how important it is to check your mindset. Check your mindset because if we think negative things like that and oh it's just a funny joke and but we keep things like that in our mind, then that's just what our life is gonna be. That's just what we're gonna line up with. Let's make a new joke. We can make a new joke on how about budgeting and saving that tax money. I mean, I'm just change the narrative. It's time for a change. It's time for better. And the only way we can do better and be better is if we change our mindsets. That's why I tell y'all that's the most important step first. So I really want y'all to understand that it's hard to get your mindset in the right place that it needs to be if things like that is still funny to you, if things like that is still okay to you. You have to be a person to say, okay, I'm not a part of that no more, and things like that is not okay. I want a better life for myself. I want a better life for my family and my kids. So that's not a joke to me. Let's find a better joke. Let's go to the investing community and find what type of jokes they do, because that's where I would like to joke, where I'm growing my money or something. Not about stuff for people, stuff less beneath us, material stuff that's not even that important. So I just wanted to say that part first before I go on with this video, because that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing that I really want for y'all to understand. The mindset that has to come first. All right, let's move on to budgeting tip number one. Budgeting tip number one, I suggest you schedule your budgeting like it's work, church, like it's your kids' basketball game. You know how important those things are? Make budgeting just as important. What I did was I put a reminder in my phone for my alarm to ring on Sundays so that I can sit down and do my budgeting on Sundays. Also, whenever I get paid, I look at my budget every day. But also when I get paid, I also sit back down and just go over, make sure the numbers match, everything line up. If numbers not matching, I'm correcting it, just making adjustments, changes, whatever I need to do. But schedule that time. Make it important. It's your life. Nobody else is gonna do it. I assure you they not. So you gotta make it important. Put it in your mind that this is important to change your life. And set a reminder and just sit down and do it. Even if you don't feel like it, even if it's uncomfortable, do it anyway. Even when you mess up, do it anyway. We just put it in your mind. We're not gonna give up. We're gonna always budget. It don't matter how much we mess up. It don't matter if we mess up. We don't plan to mess up, but put it in your mind. It has to be done. Set a time and just plan to get it done. Okay, budgeting tip number two. Don't forget your yearly subscriptions. I don't think I mentioned it in the other videos, but things that you pay once a year, put those on your calendar. Like Sam's Club membership, if you buy it in February, it'll be due next year in February. So if your calendar goes that far, put it on there. Put it on next year in January. Make a note. Sam's due in February. All your subscriptions, just go through your calendar and write them all down. When your car tax due, when your post office box due, when you got to renew, whatever. Just any yearly subscriptions. Go through your calendar, sit down and write them all on your calendar. That way, monthly, whenever you writing out your budget, you already writing your bills on those calendars. So those yearly subscriptions will already be there. So you would do that on, just like I sit down and budget on Sunday. That's when I do most of the writing and all that stuff. That's when you would do that then. Just make it simple. Tip number three. In my budgeting plan, I mentioned life insurance. If you already have life insurance, then don't worry about trying to get some. You can use that money for investing. So if you watch my tax refund budget video, I budgeted in $500 for life insurance. You could budget a certain amount and make an envelope for investing, future investing. Because right now, if you don't know where to invest your money or how, and you need to do the research, you can already be saving that money, putting it up. You can be putting it in an envelope, or you can be putting it into your savings account, drawing interest on it, until you figure out how you're going to start investing, whether it's a 401k, IRA, whatever. Just use that money to start an envelope instead of life insurance. Tip number four. In that tax refund budget plan that I did envelopes for grocery stock up, shopping, deep freezer, and stuff like that. So when you get your money and you go shopping, if you have money left over in that stock up envelope or your shopping envelope, that money right there, leave it, because you're just gonna add to it. You still gonna need clothes in the future. You still gonna need grocery stock up in the future. So don't take the money from it. Just leave it there, because whenever you writing out your future budgets, for your paychecks, you will be including those things, adding a little bit in there from time to time until you get them to stop back up. So just leave that money in there. The deep freezer envelope, if you did do that one, you'll go out and purchase your deep freezer, and then you won't need that envelope anymore. So you can throw that one away if you did the paper envelopes. Whatever money is left over, and that is called rollover money. That leads me into tip number 5, which is speaking about rollover money. Okay, so rollover money is money that you have left in an envelope after you have made that planned purchase. So, for instance, that deep freezer. If you purchase your deep freezer, you budgeted $300, but it only cost you $200. They'll leave you $100 in that envelope, and instead of leaving that $100 in there, you could take it out and put it into some savings challenges. You can split it up and put a little bit into a Christmas sinking fund, a birthday sinking fund. Just rollover money is money that's left over in an envelope that you don't need for that purpose. Now, I have envelopes like groceries and stuff like that. I don't take my rollover money out of there because right now with the prices changing and stuff, it's too unpredictable for me. Like my grocery budget is just thrown off right now. So I leave that money in there just because I don't want to come up short. But if you know for a fact that your groceries is $800 a month, I mean you just spend $800 a month, that's it, then what you could do at the end of your month, if you didn't spend that whole 800, you could take that rollover money and you can use it to split up into savings challenges and sinking funds and stuff like that. And then the new month, just start over with a brand new $800. But if you, it just depends on what category and how important is the need for that money and how soon the need and all that. All right. Tip number 6 is if you go over in one of those categories like shopping or stock up, if you get out there and you get to spending and oh wait a minute, you done overspent in shopping, you had to pull a little bit out of something else. Okay, what I suggest you do on that is, for one, put some stuff back. Because if you put more than enough, like I told you to, if you put more than enough into that envelope, you shouldn't be too far over. But I understand this first time doing the budget, we don't know. I do the same thing. I mess up like that too. So, in this case, what you'll do is you can take from miscellaneous, or you can take from a different envelope that you're over budgeted in, just because it's a brand new plan and we just made it up. Like we literally just made it up. So when you didn't track those expenses, you don't know exactly how much you spend here or there. So you just really guessing. You don't know how much to put in those envelopes right now. But this is all about learning yourself, learning your mindset, and learning yourself. If you're tracking those expenses, you'll start seeing, okay, I'm spending way too much money over here on this, because why I go here and buy this when I already, that's what tracking expenses help you get a handle of your money. But if you go over, I mean, just being honest, where else you gonna get it from? You'll have to take from another category, write it in your trackers or whatever that you took from that, and just keep up with it. And going forward, um, just make sure you budget more than enough into that category. But track those expenses. If you don't track those expenses, this is going to continue to happen. So we don't want that to continue to happen. We accepting it now because it's new, but we got to put a stop to the mistakes as quick as we can. So we got to watch those mistakes. I mean, we got to watch our budget like a hawk. We got to be on it. Okay, last one, number 7, savings challenges. Don't forget to include those savings challenges in your budget plan. That's how we do them. We have to include them into our plan. So when you sit down and write out your budget plan, if you know that you're doing the $1,040 challenge where you take $40 out of every paycheck, go ahead and write that in your plan, because otherwise you're going to mess yourself up. You have to plan for even those savings challenges. Now, when you're doing rollover and things like that, you don't have to plan for it, because that's just leftover money. So whatever you have left over just goes into those. But anything that's just you getting it done and you have a plan for you gonna do this challenge, include it into your budget plan. and also with your sinking funds. I mentioned sinking funds as well. I told you to screenshot that paper, different categories. Sinking funds are needed. You know, some people say you don't need all those sinking fund categories, but I'm a firm believer that if I got to buy clothes for my kids, I need an envelope for that just because it's so important. It's like a big purchase that we do often. If I have to buy groceries, you know, even Dave, I've heard him say like you don't need all these envelopes and just use do it out of your monthly budget if something come up and keep your $1,000 emergency fund to the side. But I just can't roll like that. It's too risky for me because for one, $1,000 in an emergency fund is not enough to cover me. So I just can't do it that way. It's not living in fear, it's just being prepared for things that you know that will come. I know I have kids. I know they're going to have to eat. I know they're going to have clothes and shoes. And I know that making $2,000 a month is not going to allow me to be able to do it at the spur of the moment whenever they need clothes or they need shoes. How Dave suggests. So that's why I use sinking fund envelopes because I'm not a spur of the moment person, and I like to plan ahead. I'm a planner, so I want to be prepared on things like that. But okay, so let's get into these sinking fund savings challenges, sinking fund and challenges that I made. So hold on, let me get my stuff together. Hold up, I had to back up. Wait, before we get into that, I almost forgot. Okay, the 1 month ahead and the emergency fund. I want to explain the difference real quick. Okay, emergency fund. It is suggested that you save $1,000 in an emergency fund just in case if emergencies happen or whatever, you'll have that money to cover it and you can build that money back up. Okay. And then the month ahead, that is where you have the total amount of all your bills, expenses, groceries, everything that you buy for that whole month. When you have that amount in a separate envelope prepared just in case if something happened, then you'll have all your bills for that next month. Okay, people use these interchangeably, but in my opinion, okay, a month ahead is different from an emergency fund because the 1 month, like for instance, the budget plan that I did, the total of those bills came up to about 1,800 and some, I believe. So if I only did $1,000 emergency fund, if something happened, I wouldn't even have enough to cover all of my bills for that month. So that's why I do both. I do the month ahead so that my bills would be covered in case of an emergency or something happened to where I can't cover them out of my regular paycheck, and then an emergency fund for if emergencies happen outside of my control. Then I have a separate fund for that won't come from my bills that's already paid. So I did want to explain the difference on that. Then the other challenges, the $1 savings challenge. That's where you all the $1 bills that you receive that you have like left over in your groceries, rollover, um, just leftover dollar bills right before you get paid. When you go through your purse and them envelopes and you have any loose dollars or loose change or loose $5 bills, you can do the $1 challenge where you put all of your $1 into a separate, just throw them into a jar, and for the whole year save up all your $1 bills. You can do that with your $5 bills. Some people do it with tens and twenties, but to me, that ain't nobody making $2,000 a month doing all that. But whatever you choose, it's the $1. That's easy. The $5, that's easy. And I've mentioned before, change. All the change, I don't even budget change. I just round it to the nearest dollar. And then all the change that I receive, we put it into a jar. Me, my husband, my kids, we all do. We have a big old Coca-Cola jug, change jar, and we just drop all our change in there. And then when it's time to go school shopping, we'll go cash that in. And a lot of times it's quite a few $100s. Last year I think it was over $400 just because, just throwing our change in there. And so I did want to mention those. And also, important, sinking fund categories. I feel in my case, in many women with children's case, many families' case, a lot of times our categories are a lot similar. Uh, we could switch up, on which categories we do, but the main ones. Let me see. I wrote down the emergency fund and the month ahead. That's an important one. Health and medical. You never know. You have insurance, but depending on co-pays or you need medicine for your home or anything like that, you have to buy medicine, unexpected costs. Do one for health and medical, or you break a tooth or anything. You just never know. Also, miscellaneous. You can do a miscellaneous sinking fund. We have that in our regular budget already as a revolving, but you can do a miscellaneous sinking fund as well. That way, if you mess up, you can pull it from there. I mean, it just sounds like a bunch of different categories, but when you don't know this stuff, you just planning for your mistakes. This right here has really helped me planning for my mistakes. At first I was like, oh, I got money all over the place. But then once I started seeing, okay, this how I'm spending, this how I'm doing, then I was able to, okay, let me pull this back because I don't need this much right here. And let me add it over here because I'm going over right here. So I need to put more into this one than that one. So that's why I'm even bringing this up. You got shopping and clothing, that's another important one. Car maintenance. Y'all know you gonna have to get oil change, you gonna have to get new tires, all that stuff. So do your envelope for car maintenance if you don't do nothing else. The food and stock up, especially if you have family and kids, you already know what them groceries looking like, them grocery budgets. So do you one for groceries and stock up. And then Christmas, holidays, and birthdays, uh, it's coming and we all celebrate it. It's coming, we all celebrate it, and we don't want to be stuck looking ugly whenever we don't have the money for it. So I do suggest that is important as well. Save for those in a sinking fund. And then the last sinking fund that I recommend for is yourself. Why are we even doing this? Why are we even doing this? We're doing this for you. We're doing this for you, your family, and your future. But in order to even get this done, you yourself need to be at your best. And if you like me, I'm the type of mother, I'll go in the store and I'll see something that I like and put it in the cart. But by the time I done walk through that whole store, I done found 10 other things that I like for my kids. So I'll put that back that I got for myself and buy these things for my kids. And then I would get home and I could have got that anyway. Like, I had the money. It was just a mindset thing. I think it's part of a lack mindset, but I'm still figuring that out anyway. But I would just put stuff back. So I made an envelope for myself. I put money in that envelope for myself, and anything that I want a shirt, it's mine. I want some shoes, it's mine. I don't feel guilty about it because guess what? They got an envelope for them. I got an envelope for them. So if they want clothes, it's theirs. If they need shoes, it's theirs. But make you one for you. If you don't do nothing else, make you one for you. Guilt-free shopping and spending on yourself is nothing like it. It's nothing like it. You need one for yourself. I assure you do. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Okay, so I have a friend, her husband is a truck driver. We had a long conversation about this, and it made me realize that there are a lot of truck drivers around, people that I know that drive trucks. And I didn't realize a lot of the expenses and a lot of the things that y'all cover, especially being owner operators. She was saying how just like everybody else, living paycheck to paycheck, but the money is there. The money is there. How are we living paycheck to paycheck? And I'm telling her, it's the same thing with everybody else. You just need to reorganize your money. You need to write out a budget, write out a plan, and get it figured out. Well, this is a mindset thing in with our men not wanting to budget or not comfortable with letting your woman budget, or whatever the case may be. So or budgeting separately as couples, not doing it together. So what I came up with is this. Now, with my husband, he's not the type that to sit down and write out a budget and stuff like that. He's not, but he is the type that will save money if he has a plan or a challenge or something. So I know y'all probably seen these around. I made some. I made these 100 envelope savings challenges, and these dashboards I made right here, laminated trackers. You can get it in any color you want. I just made a few colors just so you can see, but this is the 100 envelope challenge. So the way that this challenge works is you have pockets. It's not a good view. You have pockets numbered 1 through 100, and you would put the corresponding number of dollars. Like this is pocket number 1, you would put $1. Pocket number 2, you'll put $2. Pocket number 100, you'll put $100. And then once you get this filled all the way up, and you also, I don't have a dry erase or a permanent marker with me, but what you would do, you would get your marker and just mark that off as you save it. And then when you finish the whole thing, you will have saved $5,050. So to me, this is something good for men. And then it's just a plain binder. They come in different colors. I have the colors listed too. But I thought about even offering personalization for the front, but I don't know. But anyway, so if this is something that you're interested in, check this out. Some people do that in 100 days. So that's 100 pockets. If you can fill one pocket a day in 100 days, you'll have $5,000. Now you gonna need that money when it comes to your expenses and all that stuff. So if you're a truck driver, owner operator, or something like that, what I suggest, get you one of these and fill that. And if you don't want to write out your budget, get you one of these and just fill that thing as fast as you can. Fill it as fast as you can. You'll know you got $5,000. With that $5,000, take that and split it up into sinking funds. If you don't have a big purchase that you need to use that $5,000 for, out top, split it up. I wrote down some things. Let's see. Truck drivers, you have to pay for repairs. You have to pay for your tires, truck payments, truck insurance, any licenses and permits, taxes, tolls. You have to buy your own health insurance. You do have to still plan for retirement, even if it's not offered, when it's not offered to you. And then, of course, traveling, lodging, meals, and any personal expenses. So on top of bills at home, and wife and kids, and husband at home and kid, whatever you got going on, you still have all of this stuff. So that's why it's way more important for you to have a plan and to save. But not wanting to write out your budget is not going to really be the best way to go. But if you just want to start out right now and get some money under your belt, just try this. Try to stuff it as fast as you can. It don't have to be 100 days. You can do it in a year, as long as it takes to get that stocked up. And then once you do, then you can get you a sinking fund binder, or you can just use regular envelopes if you want to, and just start sinking funds like that. Or you can put it into an account that you are able to split it up and like label it as this, label it as that. But you need to set that money up somewhere, and I think that'd be a good thing to start for truck drivers. Also, I came up with this. This is the 12 monthly savings challenge. It's I have it in bold font. And then I also have it in cursive. And these binders do come in different colors. I have it in a cursive font. Okay, so you can choose. But what these are is it's for every month of the year, January, February, and they're all laminated. Let me take this out. Okay, so for January, I tried to make this like a fun little challenge. Now, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, you decide on how much money you save. January, you can cross off all of these if you are able to, or you can cross off 1 or 2, or however many. But if you save up the total of that's the wrong one. If you save up the total of everything that is in this binder, it come up to $2,780. So different amounts for January, February, March, and it just goes all the way through. These also come with those budget sheets if you would like. You just have to let me know. Okay. So, and then look at that pretty yellow. I just love that yellow. I think I'm gonna do me a new one in yellow. And look at this. This is gray. I found this gray and I love this. I love gray. So, but anyway, pink, purple, red, all kind of colors. And then this is the sinking fund savings binders that I have them in pink and yellow, and I have them in blue and green. And with these, you can get 8 sinking fund categories. So if you buy this, it will come with 8 envelopes with 8 sinking fund categories, whichever you choose. And let me show you what I have. They all come laminated. So we have home purchase fund, and I'll give you a better view on these. We have Christmas, self-care, birthdays, a grocery stock up. So basically what this is, let me just take one of them out so I can explain. Okay, so like home purchase fund. This is telling you that each house equals $500. Each of these houses, so that house is $500. When you mark it out, you will put 500 in there, 500, and you will save a total of $10,000 by the time you mark off all of these. And then you can use rubbing alcohol, wipe off your markings, and reuse these. Okay, so I have those. Let me put this back. And let me see. Let me show you. They fit down right easily into my envelope. They just go right off in there. Zip them up. Okay. Other challenges. Oh, I gotta take this one out because I gotta show y'all. Okay, so I have the new car fund. Back to school, because you know these kids gotta get ready to go back to school. Vacation. And also emergency fund. Okay, and then I have the month ahead. So the emergency fund, you save $1,000. And this month ahead, what did I put? I put this one at $1,200. That's $1,200 toward, everybody's monthly expenses not the same. So I could, I just made it one amount, and then you get it up to whatever amount you need and then start over. But this is the month ahead. This is just getting you started with saving $1,200. And this the back side of it. I put a tracker on there just because when you get that envelope, when like right now, if you follow that tax refund budget, you will already be 1 month ahead on bills, and you could put that money into this envelope and check this off. And then once you get another full month ahead, then you'll check that out. So I'm trying to get 3 to 6 months ahead on my bills. And so I just got this tracker on the back just so I can keep up with it. Every time I fill it up, check off a month. Okay. So as far as these savings challenges, again, I have mentioned about my Etsy shop. And listen, if we being real, let me look at this camera. If we being real, everybody knows the goal is to make money. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's the goal, to make money. But my goal is not out to get money from people who's trying to learn from me or who don't understand this. Like I don't want you just coming here buying this just because I taught you something. Or, I want you to understand why you need it. And I want you to have an understanding. So I'm not too big concerned on you coming and buying this from me. Now, I do want you to come and buy it from me. I'm not going to sit here and play like I don't, because that's my goal, to make money. But if you don't, like, it's not going to be the end of the world. You got to do what is best for you. Do what's best for you. I don't want nobody, going in the hole or nothing like that. But if you got that tax refund and your girl done looked out for you, you can come over here and look out for your girl too. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. But that's not my whole goal. In the end, God gonna bless my finances regardless. So I want y'all to understand, it's not about you coming and buying those saving challenges from me. That right there, yeah, I'm gonna show it because I need to show what my products are. But my whole goal is for you to get ahead. The whole plan. You to get ahead, me to get ahead, all of us to get ahead. Because if we all do better, this whole world will be a better place. And it's going to take all of us doing it together. And so this knowledge that I share is just on my own, wanting to be a part of helping the community and providing any knowledge that I can. Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because they're right there. That helps your girl out too. So don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. But if you have any questions about anything, please leave the questions down in the comments below. I will answer any questions. You can inbox me. Well, not inbox me. Don't do that, because I told some people that on Facebook, and boy. So, just leave your questions down in the comments, and then I'll answer any questions. But, if it's personal, of course, I don't know. I'll try to do it in a better way. I had to cut myself short because I had started rambling. Y'all know how I get. But, the last thing too I wanted to show y'all, I took these down out of my Etsy shop, but I'm in the process of updating it, and then I will add them back. But my old binder, I used this for the whole year. What was it? I don't know if it was the year 2021 or 2022, but this is the one that I made for myself. I have new ones that I've made for myself now, but I just wanted to show you. This is what. Look, it got ink on it and all that. It got ink. I had put stickers on it and stuff, and then peeled them off. So it's kind of dirty, but it has a clear dashboard with my name. And any color, really. If you look through my Facebook page and my videos, it's any colors you can think of. But I had made emergency, kids, self-care, clothing, saving, back to school, miscellaneous. So I had those, and then I was starting a business, trying to, get things going for that. And another lady who has a business, she asked for one with these categories, and so I made one for my own, because I said, oh, that's genius. Saving for business, taxes, future plans, marketing, and expenses. Okay, and then I also made a $1 challenge for my business envelope, where I could just put all my loose $1 in there that was left over. And then this one, I just made just so you could see that the envelope can be made with anything on it, really. I just threw my business logo on there and let's say work hard. But anyway, these are the regular binders that I've been offering. And then another thing that I'm thinking about offering y'all, I'm not sure yet, but I thought this combination looked good too. With these, bringing these in color binders too, because look, I think that would be so cute. Pink and yellow. So I think I may do a listing offering the sinking fund binders in the color options too, instead of just only being in the clear option. So I might do that too. If there's something that you're interested in, please let me know. Don't be shy. Let me know down in the comments. But again, y'all, I gotta cut it short now. I've been going too long, so I just want to say thank y'all again. I appreciate everybody here, everybody who watched this video, and I hope and pray that you gain something from it. And I hope that it really helps you in the future, help you to get your money together. This won't be the end. I'm still coming back with more videos. I'm new to YouTube, and if I'm being honest, I'm now working on being more consistent. So I don't have an exact schedule yet, but I will be back at least every week on YouTube for right now. So thank you again for watching, and I pray you all have a blessed, very blessed year.